even what some people call the perks for what I might think are the perks for someone else, it's not a perk. Like I might say getting loads of attention is a perk. Like wearing like things that when I walk into a room people notice me is a perk. For another person, it's not a perk. They don't want to be looked at every time they go into a room.
Yes, Mr. Musician. What do you call yourself? An artist, a musician, a drill, a rapper, an MC? There's so many of them.
No, probably an artist.
So what? So if you was to bracket yourself, artist that does drill, rap, a bit of singing. We just discovered you do a bit of singing.
Yeah. But I do like that. That's what I would say artist, because artists give more like a all things creative kind of feel. Because cause obviously behind closed doors, obviously stuff that hasn't come out yet, but obviously different types of music, obviously R&B, drill, rap, hip hop. Started writing like a series, like a show. So I'm trying to do like creative directing.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So you are a man with many talent. Did you say R&B? Don't do R&B.
Yeah, why not?
Because the reason why you can't do R&B, this is my opinion, by the way. There was a time when I was growing up, right? The dark skinned guys was out of fashion, right? So dark skin's now back in. So if you do R&B, you bring in the light skin back in fashion. So we need to hold on. Yeah. Stormzy's worked so hard for us to get back in fashion. Stormzy has worked so hard. So when you bring out this singing, rapping, and you got that deep voice as well, which I know is probably, it caused a lot of trouble. Let's leave that alone. So no R&B. Just keep to rapping, please.
No man, I'm sorry. I got the R&B for them. I got it there.
Oh, you got it ready already?
Yeah, like I've been starting working on a couple R&B songs.
How do you decide? What's the thought process before you write any given song?
It depends. There's so much variables. Like each time is different. Sometimes it will depend on emotion. Something might drive me to write a song about a certain situation. Yeah, but more time it's emotional. Like how I'm feeling. It's a vibe. How I'm feeling when I go to the studio or when I start writing.
So do you obviously got your phone and so when you feel that emotion, do you write it down on paper or take a voice note and then work on it later?
I write it down in my notes. But sometimes I'll be out in the street and then something, like I'll see something or something will happen. I'll think raw, and then I'll write a quick bar like what's out.
Wow.
I'll write something quick about what I just saw, and I'll leave that there. And then later when I go to the studio, I might be able to fit that in somewhere.
Fit in somewhere? What do you mean? Like you then develop it into the whole song? Yeah. So once the idea is born in your head, how long does it take before the full song is completed?
Not long. I mean, because I do songwriting as well, as in like songwriting not for me to write, but just for this like songwriting, just for the sake of writing, practicing my writing. So it doesn't take long at all. Like if someone gave me a project to work on, for example, like a song to do for something specific, it'll probably take like an hour.
Jesus, an hour to write a whole song?
But that's like, yeah. If there's that rod, can you do this? Like now, I'll do it. Like an hour, I'll send it back.
What is your view on artists who don't write their own materials, that they have ghostwriters?
I don't know. It depends. It depends because it depends what that specific person is bringing to the table. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
What do you mean? Elaborate on that.
If it's a singer, for example, then I can understand you having a songwriter because it's not necessarily about you being able to write, but the fact that you can sing is like wow enough. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I hear what you're saying, but I don't have a problem with someone writing someone's song. Like it's let's say I got an idea through my experience and I can't rap to save my life, but I think it'd be a good song for someone who can rap. Yeah, and then you go and do justice. Why should it matter?
No, that is a technical one. It's a technical one. There's variables. I think it changes situation by situation.
In what way?
Like how I feel personally. Like if there's an artist that everyone thinks this artist is sick because of his lyricism, and he has a songwriter, then it's like, what is going on there? What is going on?
That is true. So should artists declare that this song was not written by me, but performed by me?
I don't think they should have to declare it, but I just feel like personally, I feel like if your thing is being a lyricist, and you have a songwriter, then I personally don't rate what's going on.
I've been listening to music from the day I can remember, and rap music, my favorite genre. Then soul and jazz.
Yeah.
Recently, in the last 3 years, I got into classical music. Amazing. One of the things you rappers or artists, I should say, you make it look so easy. How hard is it being an artist?
I feel like everyone has their own hardship. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I feel like being an artist is just another thing where it's like everyone has their own hardship.
What's your hardship?
In the music. Because I say being an artist, all of the good, like the highlight points are shown to the world. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But all of the getting there, the background stuff is the same for like an athlete. You know, you see them score, see them run this fast, they can jump this high, but there's a lot of years of progress that no one really cared about or saw.
That is true, and I respect that, because what tend to happen, right? For example, we're listening to, let's say you got any given person got the top 5 artists, and they listen to them every day. And then the next week, another artist, let's say the wicked lyricist by the name of Francis Cole comes out and I dropped a bar or two. Yeah. And people be just like, oh, he came from nowhere overnight. But what they don't tend to see is the hard work, the graft that you went through, their open mic session, just writing, late night studio sessions, getting it wrong, funding the projects, because studio time ain't easy. I mean, it ain't cheap neither. Cheap. What advice would you give to the young ones out there who just want, especially nowadays due to social media, we want it now, like we see it, like I need to be like him. Oh my gosh, he's wise. He's got this AU wise with Charlie Wise. I need to be like him. What route can they take, and advice would you give them?
What route? I would just say that progress is sometimes personal, as in like if you may not feel like you're moving forward because people aren't recognizing what you're doing, but just by you keeping pushing, like writing every day, them kind of things, that you're making progress. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? To the point, like my situation specifically, when I met Charlie, obviously I wrote the song for AU and stuff, but that's after, like I wrote the song in like half an hour. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Because I found that when I knew I was going to meet him, that was the motivation. Do you get, like I was saying before, the emotional, the vibe, that was the motivation I needed. So when I knew I was going to write the song, it was quick because I was motivated. That I was working overdrive. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? My mind was in overdrive. I'm going hard. So then, but that comes after 3 years of practicing my songwriting. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I've been practicing songwriting so that when it comes to writing a song, I can write a song like that. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? People haven't seen that. If I had to give advice, it was that you practicing your craft, it's okay if people don't recognize it now, because you know you'll get your opportunity where it's like, okay, what can you do now? And
it's important that you stay ready when that opportunity did. Yeah. So that's one of the things as well. Talk us, how did you meet up with Charlie? Because a lot of people want to be co-signed, and also once you meet a big name to co-sign you, you still got a lot to do. Like it's not, oh, I just met Charlie, that's it, I'm blown. Yeah. There's a lot of work goes in behind this. Can you tell us how that came about, and how hard is it now once you meet that person, the Charlies, the Jay-Z's, the Gets, the Rich, the Ambush, the Scraps, the Nines, whatever? How hard is it then once you meet them to still now, because now you're on the big boy levels now, you can't let them down?
It's kind of like, I feel like the first stage is like, obviously when you're meeting someone like that, for them to get involved with what you're doing and help out, you really have to make them want to be a part of it. Do you understand? So when it comes down to situations like that, it's specific where I can't meet Gets for the first time and then show my AU song, as in like when I had written it, like, oh, what about this song? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I wrote AU because I knew I was going to meet Charlie. It's specific to him. It's something that will be easy for him to get on board with and get behind. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's specific to his situation. So when he heard it, he felt like this is his thing as well. Because it was about his situation. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So that's the first stage, is understanding your target, understanding the audience, understanding what you're trying to do. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So, and then obviously the second stage is once that person has vouched for you in a sense to the industry, there's this guy coming through, that's basically what he's done here, he's vouched for me. So it's like now everything has to be even harder, because it's like he vouched for him on this song. Is he going to plateau? Is he going to go down? Is he going to go up? Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's just a matter of coming harder and harder every time. Remember, the progress doesn't stop. The more I write, the better I get. Even now, the writer that I was when I wrote AU is not the writer that I am now. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Ladies and gentlemen, progression.
Yeah, so it's just about moving forward.
And how did you meet Charlie? How did that link come about?
Someone that I was working with at the time was also working on the AU shoot for one of their promo ads, and then boom, said yeah, AU's gonna be there. People that own AU are gonna be there. Charlie Soft's gonna be there. Gatsby was gonna be there from Oliver's Essex. Big Tobes was gonna be there. A couple people, and said this is a good opportunity to showcase yourself. A very good opportunity to showcase
and you
yourself.
did your thing.
Yeah.
Stay ready, ladies and gentlemen. It's interesting you say market yourself to the person, tailor make the song. So you're also a businessman. You're just not an artist, because that's a business move. Because you connected personal ties to that song, as opposed to some people just, I want to write a song, and they write the song. It might be a good song, but if I hear the song, there's not personal connection to that.
Yeah,
that's actually a smart move. Is that something you learned somewhere, or just came out with it yourself?
I wouldn't say I learned it somewhere. It's definitely something that I discussed beforehand with the team of people that I had around me, because I feel like that could possibly be the most important thing about when you're meeting someone. Because it's like, think about it as if you see freestyle, people do freestyles on their Instagram and that. There's loads of people out there freestyling that are hard. They're hard freestyles. Successful rappers, businessmen, people that work for labels will see the freestyle and say, that guy's hard, and move on. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? That guy's hard, move on. That guy's hard, move on. What's different? What's different about me in that situation was I made that connection with Charlie personally. It was about his business. I mean, his name's in the hook. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's literally about him. So it's like he was tied to the song. He didn't even get a chance to judge it. He was part of it when he heard it. And that's the business mindset, is trying to draw them in, kind of thing.
So you worked into his psyche because you appreciate him. That shows appreciation. Oh, this guy went and did this. What? Love, bring it in. That's genius. That's genius. Not a lot of people can think on those levels there, especially getting you into the game and not missing that big opportunity. That, I mean, I remember when I used to write songs, and I'm joking. I almost believed myself for a second. Wait, so they're laughing at me in the background. Let's take you back. Let's go back before. When did you discover the love for music?
No, I've always been into music. From when I was about 7 or 8, me and my uncle used to rap and write songs. I started writing songs.
From a 7-year-old, you were writing. So instead of doing homework, you're writing songs.
Yeah, I used to write songs. I remember, like, the first song I wrote was hard.
Let's hear it. Do you remember it?
No, I can't remember. I remember one part. It was like, my name is Juai. I'm gonna be a star. Gonna have a real fast car. When I'm 17, I'll be on the cover of a magazine. It was that kind of thing. But
as
it
a
was
7-year-old,
2 pages worth of buzz.
That's amazing. What inspired you?
Nothing.
Like, there must have been someone or something that said, I want to get into this.
Obviously, before, like, back then, it was kind of just the kind of effect. Like, at that age, it was kind of the effect that I saw that music had on other people. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, we might be talking like family, like household names. I'm talking about household names. And you start talking about this person, and like people are like, guys are arguing. Guys are willing to fight to agree if this guy's better than this guy. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So seeing that an artist can do something and have that kind of effect, therefore inspired me from a young age. People like Michael Jackson, because I remember seeing like on TV the streets. I can't remember like what exactly was happening, but Michael Jackson was somewhere, and like the roads, the streets were like miles are packed with people. Like, just guys are miles away screaming because Michael Jackson's a mile away. He's a mile away. Like, why are you screaming? But just because he's so close, they're just going crazy. So I said, yeah, wow, this is mad. And then if you bring it to now, I'd say what made me start, because obviously I came out of music to do sport when I was going in high school.
Okay, what sport?
Rugby mainly, but did all sorts of sports.
You and your uncle play a lot of rugby together, don't you?
Yeah, both played for Surrey County, and then child at Harlequins and South East England. But then, yeah.
So you're not just one of those rappers that talk hard. You can actually rap a guy up if you try. Is it only rugby, not football? Basketball, badminton?
No, I played loads of sport. Yeah, I played basketball. Like played basketball at school. Played for a little bit outside of school with some of my friends. Obviously rugby as well. I played volleyball. Used to play in like volleyball competition.
Volleyball's hard.
Yeah, it's cold.
As in difficult. I know you young ones, you say hard. You mean cold. So I actually meant volleyball is difficult. I know I don't want to sound old, but I had to, because he just said, yeah, that's cold. I'm like, no, it's difficult. Hey, I'm learning the lingo here, No.
Yeah, but volleyball's fun, man. Volleyball's fun. I started playing volleyball on one holiday with me and my uncle. We started playing volleyball. So when I come back to England, I started playing at like school, some school team, at some competitions, played volleyball and whatnot. Yeah, it's fun, man. I enjoy swimming a lot. I swim a lot. Do you know what it is with me? I feel like, you see, like the gym, I like to stay in shape, right? So you see the gym, for example.
See, that's why you cannot do R&B.
Why?
It's too much. We'll be out of I'll be gone. You stay in shape, you can sing, you can rap, and you got that deep voice as well. That's not helpful. Like, give us a few years, please. Please.
So it's like, obviously I don't like being in the gym, because I feel like the gym, I feel like where people are like, I feel like you're too in control. You have so much space to think when you're working out in the gym. Like me doing this, like I can think about what's going on in life. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But when I'm playing sports, it's like muscle memory. You're not really thinking about anything. You're just acting. Playing basketball, you're just looking at the court, you're playing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? When you're swimming, trying not to like drown. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I would drown.
So I feel like sports
Listen,
yeah.
If you go swimming and you're thinking of trying not to drown, please get out of the swimming pool. Please. Just saying. I don't want to FKs to you, as Joanne said, I could go in the swimming pool and drown. No, we don't want that. Please.
But no.
No, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Who are you? I say that to say this because you seem to know yourself from a very young age. From 7, you're writing songs, you want to be a star. And you actually know the secret to staying healthy is very important for a lot of people. And a lot of people don't understand that it actually helps you with whatever you want to achieve. Staying healthy doesn't necessarily mean you have to have a six-pack. And I'm healthy, but there's no six-pack, but but you know all of this. So who are you? A lot of people don't seem to know who they are, as in what kind of person are you?
Yeah, it's obviously a tough question. It's a tough question. But no, I don't really know. But what I can say is that I feel like when I was young, my mum was very honest with me, as in even small things like Easter, Christmas. They never really told me about Santa. I knew Santa wasn't real. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It was never that.
Whoa.
It's cold.
From a young
it's a
age.
cold world. It's a cold world. Literally.
From a young
Cold,
age,
cold.
your mum decided to tell you there's no Santa. There's no tooth fairy. So you never used to get those pound when your tooth came out?
No, my mum gave it to me.
But it said, here, son, but there's no tooth fairy.
Yeah, like keep it 100. Yeah, literally.
I'm sorry.
Literally.
So you was one of those kids in school. You go in school, I got a pound because my tooth came out, and your friends like, oh, did it? There's no tooth fairy. Shut up. And you got that deep, did you always have the deep voice?
No, I wouldn't say like
imagine a 7. There's no tooth fairy. Shut up.
But yeah, just keeping it 100.
Do you know what? I don't know whether to I'm sorry. That's all I can say. Like you got your imagination. I mean, for me it's different because I grew up in Africa.
Yeah.
There's no tooth fairies there. I knew that.
Yeah.
There is no tooth fairy. There's no Santa. It's just the environment I am. If any African kids out there can tell me that there's tooth fairy. Look, Africa has 52 countries, so maybe, but where I was from, there was that. But for you, you're in England, and there's no Santa, no tooth fairy, no Easter. Was that the Easter? So you didn't get no Easter? Oh, you had everything else, but just I don't know if it's a good thing or bad thing.
No, that's AC.
Why do you think it's a good thing?
I try to tell my kids, but I've got told them.
I agree with that. I mean, we're not gonna ask over there because we know. No, but no, I guess that's one of the things. If we can touch on that quickly, a lot of mothers find it very hard to show tough love to the kids, and I think tough love does prepare you for the world to come, which is where you are today. So, although I'm sorry, I guess we have to show appreciation to mother. Mother, you did a good job, and look where you are now. So if we go back before music, I just can't get my head around you didn't. I'm sorry. You know, you're all right now, but it's just those moments when you're a kid, you know.
No, I didn't have those. I didn't have those.
We go out shopping, he'd be there, he'd see me buy it, and we're gonna say, "Oh, I bought it down the."
You could have done it secretly.
I didn't. Yeah,
I could lie to him.
there was no lies.
There's not. You know what? That's important. I think that the relationship, because what we do as parents, most parents, we treat our kids like they're stupid, not meaning to. Like we're not really honest, and kids are so smart, like they know. But
what I think, I feel like sometimes it's obviously good not to tell your kids everything, but where
there you go, it's coming out, the trauma. Let it out.
No. What I was gonna say was, I feel like obviously, like people don't understand the growth rate of a child. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So what you told them last week, they don't believe this week. Do you understand? And that's a hard line to gauge. Like no one really knows. Do you understand? That's why.
So you was told a lot of lies.
No, that's what I'm saying. Parenting is hard because no one really knows where to start switching it up.
I think I give any parent out there who's doing an amazing job. I just take my hat off to you, because parenting is hard. It's super hard, and there's no manual to it. But what's beautiful is when we only judge. One of the ways we judge parenting is we see how the son or daughter comes out, and the way you conduct yourself, the amazing things that you're doing. I can honestly say that an amazing job was done on you to be where you are, and you're actually going on to do greater things and help others, which many people can't do that. So, Santa, you weren't needed, sadly. You know, it worked. Mental health issues at an all-time high, and I think staying sane is not as simple as it once used to be. What does it mean to you, and how can one be on a path of staying sane?
I don't know. It's a tough one. That is a tough one.
You are, whether you like it or not, you're a role model. You're a leader, and you actually are sane. Because I catch one of your stories you put out there. You always asking challenging questions for people to think and provoke and do better, which is amazing. That makes you a leader, and you are sane. But some people are not, and some people don't know how to deal with what you have. How can they stay? How do you go through the motion of staying sane?
I feel like to stay sane, you need to have something to focus on, and understanding that not everything may happen the way you feel like it's going to happen. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I feel like just because I try my best to rap, and the rapping's going well right now, music may not be the path that God has for me.
Wow.
Do you understand? And that's something that I have to understand if things change drastically.
You got old soul.
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
You got old soul. That's wow. Maybe podcasting wasn't meant for me. Why you got your thumbs up? Talk us through from start to finish the process of writing a song. I'm talking about, for you, as you said, you could be on the streets, minding your own business. The idea comes in your head. Yeah. What is the whole process till that song is developed?
First of all, in my notes, for example, there's before there was more. I recently deleted some old ones, but there's 100 to 200 drafts of verses that I that are unfinished.
Why you delete them?
Now I deleted old ones because that's stuff I was writing years ago. Do you understand? There's some stuff that I was writing from years ago that like when I look over it, it's like I can write way better than this now. So yeah, so there's loads of drafts. Yeah. So I'll go to the studio or I'll be at home with the speaker and whatnot. Obviously, we get the beat first, and then as soon as I hear the beat, I'll know if one of the drafts I have will go with the beat. Do you understand? It's kind of thing that like I don't really think about. The song, the draft will come to my head, the flow of it, or the words will come up in my head. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Kind of like a ping, light bulb moment. If that's the case, then it'll make it a lot easier because then I'll continue what I was writing before with the beat. The song's already like half done. I know what the concept is already. All that stuff is sorted, the hook's sorted, so I just finish it off. In other cases, I just start from scratch. First thing I think about is what I want the song to do. As in, I'll hear the beat. I'll say, raw, do I want this song to be a single? Do I want this song to be... If I want it to be a single, it's kind of like a catchy kind of feel, like a hook someone can sing along to. If I want it to be an album song, it'll be more a display of like my talent, or get what I'm trying to say. If I want it to be a song that's really more showing my creative side, then I'll think first about the concept and how I might go about describing the concept without mentioning the main thing.
I just thought people write and that's it. So I didn't. I really didn't know so much goes into, because I enjoy listening. So, but as I said, I appreciate what you lot do because you lot make it look easy and sound easy, and I know it's not easy. And wow. So once that's done, we're in the studio. What's the process of being in the studio?
In the studio, like with the drill songs, because I'm just rapping, it's not too like I don't have to do anything like with my voice. Like the singing, songs where I'm singing, I've taken longer to record sometimes because I'm trying to get it right over and over again. So we have stuff to pick from, drafts to pick from. Rapping is easier to get right because I'm
one take.
Yeah. So I rap the song like once or twice through. The hook I might do a couple more times, and then do the ad libs, the stabs. Then we'll mix it down.
The what?
The ad libs. Yeah.
What? I know ad libs. What's the stabs?
Stabs is like when you say certain words harder. So when you hear it, it kind of, if I said like raw, I come out of the house, it was mad. So the stab of that would be mad. Do you get me? So they'll play it. When I'm doing the stabs, I'll just say mad.
Okay.
Like on the word. So it will just make certain words
pop out.
Yeah. Make
I like the way you put the fist there. Mad.
Yeah. So then you start thinking about sound effects. Then I'll start.
So you think of the sound effects. So that's not their producers or engineers. That's you.
No, I do my own. I'll put in the sound effects. But no, it depends. There's certain producers I've worked with. They'll do their thing as well, and it'll kind of come together in the middle. But when it's like my thing solely, then I'll do everything really. Even the beat.
You make beats as well?
Yeah, I'll work with a producer, and I'll say I want to put this sound here. I'll put it together. And he'll kind of do the technical side of things.
So are you a very difficult person to work with because you know what you want?
I would say it's a lot easier
to
work with me because I know what I want. So it's not like a trial and error. It's very simple. I'll meet a producer and say I want you to put this here, and this here. That's it. That's what you have to do. Some people will go there and say I want it to sound hard, but I don't know. So
that's something I would say. That's literally. I want it hard. No. I know what I want, but it's not that. 10 hours later. Brother, you are producer. I need the next one.
But yeah, so I feel like it's easier to work with because I know what I want to do. I know what I want songs to sound like. Even the videos, like I'll edit. So what I'll do is, guy that I started work with most recently on my last video, so we'll shoot the video. I'll like write up the concept for the video. I'll be part of directing it as well as obviously being in it. And then when it comes to the editing, putting it together, he'll put it together like first draft, and then I'll go meet him, and for a day we'll sit and I will
do everything, like
change it up how I want it, like because I know how I want it to be. It's easier because what I'm trying to say is you as the editor working with me, you don't have to think about anything. You just have to do what I'm trying to achieve. Even now, I'm doing acting as well. Getting into acting.
Are you doing acting as well?
Yeah, like recently.
Hey, listen, leave something for others. Please, leave one or two things for others.
Well, yeah, you just gotta attack the scene, man. You gotta attack. You see,
Nah.
like kind of what 50 Cent is doing.
Yeah.
Obviously, that he did the music. Obviously, he's done producing, creative directing, acting. That's kind of a blueprint. It's not exactly what I'm doing, but that's kind of a blueprint, as in
We need blueprints.
how I'm branching
yeah.
out.
And it sounds like you know what you want. And I trust you, from the age of 7, you had a vision, which a lot of people don't have visions. They just say, I want to do this. And 20 years later, they've not done it because they had no vision, they had no plan, they didn't know where they were going with it. So I think that's important. What advice would you give out there for up and coming artists?
Just stop rapping, because that'll be more competition for me. So cut it out. Literally, there's so much places that people are understaffed. There's literally so much work.
You didn't hear it from me, but the era that I come from, when music was popping, when an artist said such a comment, they're sending for you. Lyrically. Now, you know, some people actually take offense to that. Oh, what? But it's I believe competition is healthy.
I agree.
Competition is healthy, and yeah, you're a competitor. You know,
100%.
if all those dark skinned rappers out there, you need to start learning how to dance, sing, or do something. What's next? What's the next single coming up for you?
But I've got a P110 freestyle.
When's that coming out?
Start of December 3rd.
So you got the P110 coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about that.
So I was in Manchester, NQ House. That's
Yeah.
what it's called. It's like a building, like a workspace, studios, creative rooms. Done a freestyle for them, shot it, the video, all of that.
What can we expect from this freestyle?
This one's a deeper one.
Yeah,
This one's a deeper one.
deeper than the one you put on a few months ago.
Yeah, because that was that Bashai freestyle
Yeah,
that I dropped on YouTube. That was more of a playful thing. I watched Steph London dropped a freestyle, and she was just in the studio. Like, the beat was kind of like bouncy. Everyone was having a good time. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It was a vibe. So I wanted to kind of do like a vibey one as well. I was like, this is like vibey. This is what I'm on. That was just a vibe thing that I put out, like, for people to just something to just vibe to. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But this one that I've got coming out of P110, this is more personal.
on a deeper level.
Yeah.
Okay, are you singing on that one as well?
No.
I can't,
The singer's not coming yet.
that's on the album. So what's the main perks that comes with being an artist such as yourself?
Free things.
Oh, 3 things.
3 things are the main perks for sure. What do you mean? I'll go to like a club.
Yeah.
If someone in the club knows that I'm coming, they might like a nice table. I'll get it for free. Like I was in Watford.
Yeah.
Big up DJ Rusky.
DJ Rusky, thank you.
I went to the club, but it was a random. Like, I had no plan of going to the club. I was going there for something else.
Yeah.
I just decided to go to the club on a random one. Just there in my tracksuit. I just walked in.
DJ
like,
Rusky,
with my
I'm
people.
dropping a single very soon, you know? Gets me in the clubs.
So it's like, that's a perk. Clothes. Shout out to the Cake Club as well. Yeah, someone clothes. But yeah, clothes. But there's a lot of perks. But I feel like right now is not that many perks. Like, I'm not.
See what he just
say.
did there? He just thought, should I say this or should I not say it?
No, there's not that many perks. I'm not like.
No,
Where
but no,
these rappers are,
don't say that. I think it's but they're not free though. Although we say they're free perks, it's the work, it's the dividend, the rewards that you're getting from the years.
Yeah.
You know, so I think you deserve whatever blessing comes your way.
Yeah, I think what I said earlier about like the highlights are on show and the real work is normally not. It's the same kind of thing with the perks. I mean, everyone's like, yeah, it's this guy, let's do this. But there's a lot of, even what some people call the perks for what I might think are the perks, for someone else, it's not a perk. Like, I might say getting loads of attention is a perk. Like wearing like things that when I walk into a room, people notice me is a perk. For another person, it's not a perk. They don't want to be looked at every time they go into a room.
That's your old soul coming out and sharing wisdom. I guess you being you and you know yourself, that's beautiful. As a young artist coming into the music scene, what's your view on the UK music scene? Because I am ecstatic where the UK music scene is at the moment, because before we was too much into the American side of things. What's your thoughts and views on the UK music scene at the moment?
Scene's lit, man. It's good. It's going well. I feel like it's on like a steep progression right now. Obviously, I can't talk too much for the past, but but I feel like it's just going up non-stop. Like even when I watch stuff like documentaries or clips about how like the UK rappers, their come up and stuff, even when they was doing their thing back in the day, it's not like to be successful, to be like one of the hardest UK rappers in this scene in 2009 is not the same as being a top rapper in the UK scene today. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Because the scene's come a long way since then. It's coming a long way. So yeah, I think it's going well though, man. It's lit. I feel like it's on social media. I feel like it's portrayed in a negative light a lot of the time, because that's what people focus on, negativity online. But in the flesh, from my experience anyways, there's been a lot of good vibes. There's been a lot of good. When I went to like the gala, when I went to the JRM gala, it was very like, it was good to see. You get what I'm trying to say? There was a lot of young, black, successful entrepreneurs and creatives. So it was good to see.
No, yeah, I mean, you guys are the driving force of it as well, and I believe we'll give a lot of credit to the old school, because they put it where it is, but you guys as well have taken it higher, because the newer generation, like, we're not having it. Like we want full control. We want all our masters. You're more wiser than the older generation were, and I guess due to different opportunities, you take them differently. But you guys have taken the opportunity and you're running with it. So we appreciate you and commend you for that. As an artist, beside the single that's currently, the freestyle that's currently coming out, what else can the fans look forward to from you?
A lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff. Obviously, the freestyle's coming out. My singles. There's a lot. I mean, on my side personally, like I've got it, everything's, as in the EP's ready, album. I've got the songs. I'm writing series, shows, working on being a creative director as well. So acting. So like from me personally, there's a lot of output. There's a lot of stuff on the way, but it's just timing, patience. Right now, it's just a patience situation.
Yeah, timing and patience. Those words. You don't hear them very often, and a lot of people don't understand how powerful. Because I believe what's meant for you will not pass you by, but it might take a while. But a lot of people, like we said earlier, they want it now. Yeah, like they want it now.
I feel like it's scary. It's scarier now, is where in the music scene, in the industry, people understand that you can make a song that's catchy or has like a wow factor and blow in like a week. Do you understand? So that's scary, because I feel like before, where people knew there wasn't, like, I'm not going to blow up in a week. So it was more about actually being hard and doing stuff with the music. Now people understand that if I say something that just is a shock, if I say something shocking, like I've done this or did this or this happened in the hook, then everyone might watch it and then I'll be famous next week. So I feel like at the coming up stages, there's a lot of people less focused on the music and more focused on wow factor.
Yeah, that's actually very true. It's like TikTok and Instagram and that have helped. But the problem I find with that is then your success don't last.
Yeah.
Literally,
that's the case.
Because you can't. It's hard to come out with those wow factors over and over again. And after a while, like 2-3 years, if you're lucky, I would say probably 6-7 months, people forget about you. But if on the other side, you look at artists such as yourself from the age of 7, practicing, working, and your catalogue your portfolio is huge, and you can just, as you said, you hear the beat, you can just, okay, I want this one here. You get a longevity, you can sustain your career for as long as possible. And what's beautiful about you're not just wanting to be a rapper. You're actually talking about directing, writing scripts. So with that, maybe, I don't know if you thought about it without you knowing it, you're actually thinking ahead. Like, because I don't really want to listen to a 56-year-old rapping.
Yeah, it's not. What you have to, everything has its due date. Everything has its due date. So, do you get me? Ronaldo can't play football forever. Do you understand?
Yeah, although he's not looking like slowing down anytime soon.
I know he's a monster, but it's just like the consensus that everything's gonna come. Everything like has its time. So
Jeez, man.
you have to be able to adapt or move on.
Do you read a lot of books?
Not really. But I feel like I think a lot about stuff. I got a lot of time, but especially when I'm a single child in a single parent household. I have a lot of time to myself. A lot of time to myself to think about things. So
where you get your wisdom from? Because you're very wise and knowledgeable for a young man such as yourself.
the people around me. There's a lot of things that go into it. So it's hard to kind of specify why I come across wise.
No, I mean, maybe the fact that you knew from a young age there's no Santa, there's no tooth fairy, just like, and there's more to life than this. No, we appreciate you. We really do, and I thank you. Thank you for anything else you want to let the world know about what's about to drop, what to expect.
What's coming will come.
What's coming will come, ladies and gentlemen. No, you're amazing. So normally what we do at this point is you close the show. I don't close the show. That's your camera. Close it however you want to do it. You want to say a prayer. You want to sing. You want to dance. You want to give them whatever.
Well, yeah, and we're live. And we're out. Francis, Juai, Juai, capital Juai. Juai Official, actually. Follow my social media. Juai Official on Instagram. Juai, YouTube. Subscribe so I can start releasing on my own channel. Please and thank you. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been your guest, Francis Juai. Please do follow him. The Snapchat, the YouTube, the Instagram, everything will come up, will be in a comment. Until next time, love, peace, and happiness.